So Hell Let Loose has been on the Xbox Game Pass for a couple of weeks now, and it's fair to say when I first gave it a go I found it hugely frustrating, lots and lots of problems, didn't get the point of it, and I don't think I was the only one that felt that way. What I couldn't shake though was this kind of constant feeling that had to play it more, had to be patient, and ultimately change the way that I was playing the game fundamentally. It's not a Call of Duty, it's not a Battlefield title, it's a very, very different game altogether. So over the past couple of weeks, after watching some more other content and a few kind of sessions of some extended gameplay, I've come up with a few quick tips and tricks that all you guys that are trying it for the first time on Xbox Game Pass can use and start to enjoy a game which I think is going to become a firm favourite on the content schedule. Movement is by far one of the most important elements in truly getting to grips with this game. When I first started playing this, I was hugely guilty of just running out in the open, kind of not really being in any way strategic, it's got to be said. I've learned sticking to the tree line, making sure that ultimately if you can't see the enemy, they can't see you. You have to make better decisions in how you're moving from point A to point B. That way you can surprise more enemies, you'll be able to get more kills. It's an all-round better way of negotiating and navigating the map and terrain that you're playing. Situational awareness has got to be one of the biggest elements of sound gameplay. If you're not going to be picking up on those visual and audio cues of what is going on around you, you're going to find yourself seeing the killed in action screen a hell of a lot. So keep your eyes and ears open. Be aware of every little bit of detail that is happening around you. It could well keep your KD ratio in positive numbers. Now this next tip is not so much as a tip but more a piece of advice. You are going to need to lower your expectations of your own talent and gaming prowess when you begin this game for the first time. Over the years we've obviously been playing some of those A-list titles and we've become accustomed to all of the slide cancelling and movement and everything that those games entails. This is not that. You are going to struggle. You will not be able to have the same flexibility of movement, of gunplay, all of those elements that you have probably become so accustomed to over the past however many years of playing those games. This is at the opposite end of the spectrum. So you will not be an automatic success the first time you play this game. So lower those expectations, appreciate the grind that you're going to have to go through to get good at this game. I promise you, in a relatively short space of time, you will start reaping the rewards and really beginning to enjoy everything that this game has to offer. I quickly realised, more so than many of the other FPS games that I've been playing, that Hell Let Loose has a huge impetus on teamwork. Don't be afraid to use the proximity chat or your squad chat. The more you guys can communicate together as a squad and as a team, the higher the chances are that you're going to be able to take objectives, get more kills, enjoy the game considerably more. Not communicating in a game like this and kind of wandering off and doing your own thing is a little bit of a recipe for disaster. So stick with your squad mates, play the objective, be strategic. You're in for a far better time playing that way. So once you've taken on board a few of these tips and general bits of advice, I can promise you that your overall enjoyment and experience of Hell Let Loose is going to improve. It's what I found for myself as well, looking to put in the hours and get better and go up the levels and just kind of enhance my own gameplay within Hell Let Loose. It's got to be said though, the game is made to be difficult. This is not a standard FPS game that we have become so accustomed to. It's made to be tough. It is going to test your patience, because ultimately these areas of conflict, these maps that we're loading into and spawning into each time that we get killed, these are real battlefields. They are all based on genuine conflicts that occurred throughout the Second World War, and as a bit of a history buff, it's quite a sobering thought to kind of, I don't know, put myself in the same shoes as some of those fallen soldiers and other members of the armed forces that were actually here and experienced kind of similar things, but without the luxury of a respawn. So immerse yourself in everything that this game has to offer, persevere and be patient. You're only going to get better, and I can promise you, you'll start to love this game exactly the same way that I have.